Sometimes we forget why we're here. It's easy to fall off track. These help us remember.
These battle scars don't look like they're faded, don't look like they're ever gone away. They ain't never gonna change. These battles.
Growing up I had a dream, something no one else could see. Tell me what it means when your faith is falling beneath your knees and you can't breathe. Everything you see reminds you of what you're not or something you won't be. You gotta take what you're given, that's how we live it. Don't be mad at the system, it's simply how we've existed. I hear a lot of people talking like they politicians and choose to be an accountant because it's safe in a business. Not because they wanna do it, just because they heard it pays. And who the fuck wants to be poor knowing that's how we've been raised? Society is getting heavy, I can feel the weight. The pressure of success is like 100 million pounds of shame. And that's the reason I'm staying up late, trying to find a way to escape the stereotypes this day and age is making me feel like the only way I'll be happy is getting signed to a label and making money through rapping. I wanna share my emotion because this world is attacking the very principle of life that lets the people be happy. If you don't have a reason to breathe, why even live? These battle scars are impressions of everything that it is.
Don't look like they're faded, don't look like they're ever gone away. They ain't never gonna change. These battle scars don't look like they're faded, don't look like they're ever gone away. They ain't never gonna change. These battles.
Now, if I had a voice that reached 100 million people, I'd tell them there's a reason that we're all created equal. Cause some decide to be great and some decide a sequel to an average person's life is simply what they want to be. So you make your decision, all I know is what I'm given. Won't define the life I lead or the way I dwell in existence. I've seen a greater image on the walls of where I'm living, and the words twisted and scripted remind me of something written. Faith is a gift that is given down to the people. If one believes it, one receives it. It's given if it is needed. Don't ever think you're trapped in a life that you never wanted. Your options are infinite, that's some mathematical logic. I'm not saying I'm a prophet, I'm speaking for what it's worth. These lyrics define my prayers and these battle scars on my church. Not saying I'm a prophet, I'm speaking for what it's worth. These lyrics define my prayers, these battle scars on my church.
Don't look like they're faded, don't look like they're ever gone away. They ain't never gonna change. These battle scars don't look like they're faded, don't look like they're ever gone away. They ain't never gonna change. These battles.
You guys caught me mid-drink. Hello, everyone. How are you doing? I know it's late, but I wanted to do a show today because I do try to stream every day, but just got caught up in stuff. Less stuff than normal because if you all have been watching my Twitter and Facebook, I've been having to say no to a lot of things. I've got to pace myself a little better, but on things that absolutely needed my attention, I gave it my attention today. But I still wanted to do a history show. So even though it's after 10 my time, here we are. Because tomorrow I think I'm going to be doing a clip from Tim Pool, but might not actually do a show tomorrow. We shall see. I have a meeting that might run too late. And this weekend, I will be in Ohio for the regional training. If you are in the area or already are planning on attending, I'll be doing some training on Robert's Rules of Order. Yay! So that will be fun. Yeah, the working title at least, though sometimes I change my titles midstream, is how I came to love Robert's Rules of Order and how you can too. So we will be doing that, and maybe it will be filmed and I'll stick it here on the channel. I'd like to do just a brief promo of something I haven't done in a while. This is a nice book to add to your Libertarian bookshelf, which is a 50th anniversary tribute to John Hospers. I feel it's very appropriate to promote this on a history on a history show. I do have 2 essays in this book, which is just a tremendous honor to be considered in the stream of Libertarian Party history. Let's do the YouTube stuff. And I'm actually, I'm going to start not putting the comment screen up until I get comments, because it looks kind of weird to have a big empty screen there. And with it being after 10 o'clock at night, my time, which would be after midnight Eastern. I do see there's people watching, though, so if you want to comment. But the YouTuber stuff, please subscribe to the channel. We hit a milestone. We're over 4,200 subscribers. I was stuck at like 3,600 for a while, but like it just surged. So I really appreciate it if you would hit subscribe. And hello, Casey Jones. I'm going to be sticking comments back up in a minute. You can follow me on the app formerly known as Twitter, at Karen Ann Harlos. Kind of laid off the past few days, but normally my Twitter is a bit fire. And last but not least, I truly need and appreciate your support on Patreon. So it's patreon.com/Pink Flame of Liberty. I have a goal through the end of August to get $50 a month worth, and it doesn't need to be one person. It could be $51 patrons, $10 $5 ones. Math is so hard. In any combination, it would really get me to a much better place. So I would really, really appreciate your consideration on that. And of course, all super chats, super thanks, stickers, whatever the crap it is the tube of you is doing now, I'd really appreciate it. And I think I came up with today, I got to start doing a merchandise refresh as well. Had that big merchandise push before Reno, and there's still some great Reno stuff in there, but need to do some new stuff. The Touch Grass shirt is timeless, so that's still in my merch store, which is tinyurl.com/Pink Flame merch. And also one of my favorites with the original porcupine logo that the LPCO created in the 1970s, which says grab the pine, get the quills. So yeah, that is one of my favorite shirts, so you should go check it out. But now we are going to go right to the history, and I want to show you where we are. If I pull this up, oh, I didn't want to do that side view because I didn't shut the door to my furnace room. Let me see if I can figure out how to switch this camera. I don't think I can. How do I do that? This program always just confuses me. Let's try this. Does that work? No, that didn't work. All right, we'll just keep it as this because we're not going to keep it on this stream forever. And there's the big Bunchy with that smiley face. How can you not how can you not be happy not looking at that guy? Look at him. He's just having such a good time. Look at him. Yes, he's having such a good time. Okay, so where we are, we did remedying some weaknesses, organizing for 1976. So tonight we're going to be doing the letter from the chair. A serious alternative has impact. And it's funny because I was just having this conversation earlier today with Carrie. That picture up there, you could see how prominently we used to display Party of Principle. And Bunchy is allegedly, Casey, a llama. I just call it the green running thing because I've never seen a llama look like that, but I think he is supposed to be a llama. So yeah, I love that old picture, and even that old font. That's a very interesting font on the Libertarian there. Anyway, I'm into fonts. We're going back to the main screen. Oh, we didn't mean to do that. Hit the wrong button. Get out of there. All right, so we are going to that article I said we are going to. Now I'm starting to sound like Kamala Harris. You know, the future hasn't happened yet. And it hasn't happened yet because it's the future. And we look forward to the future because we want to see things that haven't happened yet. Okay, sorry. That was a bit insane. my God. Don't know where that came from. Let's go to the article before I make an even bigger fool out of myself. Here we go. Ed Crane, a serious alternative has impact. It says the lead article on page 1 of this issue, which we dealt with in the very first episode of this particular series, describes a very healthy and necessary evolution. Increasingly, Libertarian Party candidates are running campaigns that are designed for nothing short of victory. You know, Libertarians are just fun. We're also miserable creatures, but we're also fun. We can be the most Debbie Downer, the world's gonna fall apart, build your bunker in your backyard, like type people, and then in the next breath, be gushing about how our candidates are gonna win. We're adorable. We're just super adorable. And speaking of adorable, I need to show you the back of this t-shirt. I got this t-shirt at PorkFest. It is a official Libertarian shirt. Hopefully if I turn around, you'll be able to see it. This is my favorite shirt ever, at least from the party. Hopefully it shows. Yep, there you go. If at first you don't secede, it's a conversation starter, I'll tell you that. Okay, continuing. There are campaigns that feature full-time staffs, high-quality literature. Is staffs full-time staffs? I guess if it was multiple campaigns. I still think staff, though, is also plural of staff. Isn't staff plural of staff? If you were talking about multiple campaigns having staff, would you say staffs? I think you might say staffs if you were talking like about a walking staff. Inquiring minds want to know. I don't think plural belong there. Let me know what you think. We'll have to look it up in the Chicago Manual. Libertarian Party candidacies in many parts of the country are no longer being ran for the pure shock value. Listen, I'm all about running a campaign for the pure shock value. Don't knock it. But that's funny. Let's start this sentence again because that just tickled me. Libertarian Party candidacies in many parts of the country, notice it wasn't in all parts, are no longer being run for the pure shock value of being able to say what hasn't been said in political debate for 200 years. It's still shocking. Isn't that funny? It's 50 years from now. You go on Twitter and you say, you know, taxation is a modern form of slavery with more steps, and people lose their frickin' minds. The serious professional nature of many of the campaigns now being waged by some of our fellow libertarians reflects not only the maturity, I just want to put up a picture of naked dancing man right now, and self-confidence we have gained in our 4 years of existence, but also an increasing acceptance of our legitimacy in the eyes of media. Media attention and the professional manner in which we conduct our activities are mutually reinforcing phenomena that must be fostered if we expect to continue our growth. That was a bunch of corporate buzz speak that I couldn't even tell you what it just said. It was basically like bootstrapping entrepreneurial technology. Like, what? I don't like buzzspeak. I in fact really hate buzzspeak, and that was just buzzspeak. It meant nothing. It was a lot of words that said nothing. It was like Kamala Harris. In 1976, the Libertarian Party will be in a position to run candidates in every state in the nation. There will undoubtedly be hundreds of our candidates on the ballot for various state and local offices, in addition to our presidential ticket, which will be on at least 20 state ballots and possibly as many as 35. At national headquarters, the staff and officers of the LP will do everything possible to ensure that our presidential campaign reflects the highest professional standards. It is up to the candidates and party members in the state organizations to see to it that all LP races are run in a first-rate manner. Needed a sip there. Okay. That's getting It gets better with every sip. It's funny the way alcohol does that. What this entails, first and foremost, and you want to know who's missing in chat because it's after midnight, but damn it, I'm going to summon him. Where is my ghoulish Republican troll? JJ, wherefore art thou, JJ? You're gonna watch this the next day, and you're just gonna, you're in your sleep right now, in your lair, in your ghoulish lair right now, just twitching. Let's continue. Nevertheless, if the candidate is not prepared to run long and hard, oh, I can't help myself.
That's what she said.
Okay, just can't help myself. In order to earn the status of a serious contender for the office, he or she, and most certainly the party, would be better off not running at all. This is not to discourage people seeking office as an LP candidate. I only wish to emphasize the responsibility that should be associated with that candidacy. A professional campaign requires a division of labor if there's to be any hope of success. There should be a manager to coordinate overall activities and strategies, someone in charge of media relations, a research aide to assist in assembling the raw data necessary for an intelligent discussion of the issues, and several staff members to do the innumerable tasks associated with a political campaign. You are dreaming, dude. Like some bigger campaigns. Listen, I ran for town council. I ran a decent campaign. Literature dropped on every single door. Like, I don't know, I got like 8%. It was me. Like, my husband helped, but he wasn't like officially staff or anything. It was me. And a lot of candidacies are still that way. If you're waiting to have this big staff, we're just not going to have that many candidates. Now, if you're doing a statewide race or something like that, might be a little different. But the local races is where we can have the most impact. And you're not going to have 6 staff members like he just described. All of the above is insufficient if the campaign is not properly financed. Forgot how much I raised. I raised a decent amount. Crap, I forgot now. How much did I raise? I think I raised like 10 grand. It will be some time before we can raise the amounts that the Democrats and Republicans do, but we've had enough success around the country raising money to know that it is available to LP candidates if an organized fundraising drive is conducted. The concept of investing in freedom is becoming more and more appealing to people who have had it with politics as usual. The money is necessary to ensure plentiful literature, frequent news releases, and the rental of various mailing lists, telephone banks, newspaper ads, and even radio and television commercials. Renting mailing lists, I don't think is quite as in vogue anymore. The LP used to do that a lot. We used to rent Reasons mailing lists, but I think today, people are very sensitive to that, and they just don't join mailing lists in which their information can be rented out. All of these things are necessary to run a campaign in a manner that will attract the media and voters to the ideas of liberty that we are trying to disseminate. Enunciation. Political action is an efficacious way to spread the libertarian philosophy, a point no longer worth debating. I can hear some like saltiness in here because there's always the debate as to whether libertarians should engage in politics. That debate is still going on, and Mr. Crane got a little salty there. Uh-oh.
You catty bitches.
Exactly. But there's another one that I'm oh, is it this one?
Why the fuck you
No,
lie?
that isn't it. Not the why the fuck you lying. Where's my salty bitches one? Is it this one? No, this is just bitches. Me and my little, my menu of profanity here. Let me see what I got. What happened to you salty bitches? Oh, it's right here.
You salty bitch. Explain yourself.
Oh, he was a little salty. He was a little salty there. Oh, of all the flavors, he chose salty. Committed Libertarian Party candidates combined with a professionally run campaign. And in case you guys are wondering what I'm looking at here, I have a Stream Deck. It's like a little control board, so it's got all my little sound effects and stuff on here. So it's not, it's a mini, not a mini, but it's not the biggest Stream Deck, but it's cute. I have fun with it. I'd like to have one of the Mondo ones so I wouldn't have to page through for all my effects. All right, get back on track. The last week in August will witness the Libertarian Party's 4th annual convention, and with it is a golden opportunity to demonstrate to the nation that we are a serious alternative to other political parties. The National Convention is shaping up to be the greatest event in our history thus far. And, just looking at the year again, it was 75. I thought 74 was pretty awesome, so... We will undoubtedly receive media attention and the attention of political experts and analysts from both the left and the right. Therefore, it behooves us to conduct ourselves in a manner consistent with a political party that has come of age. Where did I leave off? I lost my place. Oh, specifically, there is no reason why debate on important platform planks should take place at 4 a.m. Oh my God. Where am I? Oh, why isn't it moving? Oh, I think I screwed up my stream deck. I wanted the salty bitches again.
You salty bitch! Explain yourself!
So apparently Mr. Crane was not very happy about the platform debates in 1974 that went on until 4 a.m. That's like peak libertarian right there. Oh, that was the Dallas Accord, my friends. Somebody should have told him to touch grass before he wrote this column. Ugh. Okay, I'm trying to find where I left off. Simply because of unnecessary prolonged debate during the day, he is very salty. Each delegate an alternate, oh my God, he's just like, can you hear the passive aggressive here? I can hear it. It's like nearly 50 years ago, and I can hear it. Check this out. Each delegate and alternate will be provided with a summary of Robert's Rules of Order. You can tell he's upset, which should be carefully read to ensure that there's a minimum of out-of-order motions and parliamentary mistakes. You wish. Comments from the floor of the convention should be concise, to the point, and preferably not redundant. Have some... He is so salty. Oh my God. Have some respect. He's Karening them, man. Have some respect for the ability of your fellow delegates to assimilate your ideas and evaluate them without your repeating your views on one issue several times. Ed, settle down. Chill. Have a doobie. One of the most enjoyable aspects of a Libertarian Party convention, as opposed to those of any other political party, is that debate. Now he's trying to be nicer. Is that debate is carried on in a spirit of rational discourse between the delegates, sincerely attempting the often not so simple task of applying libertarian principles to the issues of the day. Just don't do it till 4 a.m. If you've never been to one of our conventions, I strongly urge you to do so. If you've already been to one, you need no urging. LP members in convention exhibit both a seriousness of purpose and a sense of camaraderie. The convention scene will fill you with the energy needed in the day-to-day battle to roll back the state. Remember, you don't have to be a delegate or alternate to attend the convention, and then gives an address for information. That was amusing. That was really, really amusing. So that's going to be it for this evening. I do just short bits now on history, but I want to go to show you what's coming up when we visit this next. Probably won't be till next week because, again, I am going out of town. I'm leaving for Ohio on Friday morning. And then the week after that is Anarchon. Okay, so where this is going next, let me see if I can use my little stream deck here to PDF over. There we go. So next, I don't think we're going to do this whole page at once. We might, but it's LP presidential contenders speak. So you got Roger McBride, Kay Haroff, and Guy Riggs. Guy Riggs is one of the founders of the party, I believe, if I'm remembering correctly. Well, maybe we need to go look at Elpedia, but I think he's from Colorado and was one of the original guys. Or am I getting confused? Because I am just like totally in love with Kay Haroff's hairstyle. Like that that's like the Leave It to Beaver housewife hairstyle going on there, isn't it? Let's go over to Elpedia a second, though. Let me go back to this screen. And let me pull up Elpedia here in my browser, and then I'll share my screen. So I want to see if I'm correct about Guy Riggs. So let me take this off the screen here a second. So let's look up Guy Riggs, because for some reason I am thinking he's a Colorado guy who was one of the founders. Guy Riggs. Nope, New York. That's where I remember it from. Why did I think he was Colorado? Who am I confusing him with? Pippa Boyles, maybe? But, oh my goodness. And check out that middle name, Wadsworth. Guy Wadsworth Riggs. And look at him. He's a heartbreaker. So he was born in 1923. Oh my goodness, he was so young in this picture. Let's go back to the LP News so we can see. So he was, 1973, so he was only 52. I can tell you in this picture, he looks much older than 52. I'm not trying to like diss on anybody, but like, let's go back to what we were looking at here before. So you saw that young picture of him. Here's him now in 1975. So I don't know. To me, he looked, but of course this is black and white. He looks older than 52, 53 in that picture. But I could be wrong. But look at him as a young man. Look at that. Okay. Well, yep, there it shows that he ran. Oh, it's not sharing my screen right now, is it? No, let me go back and share my screen. Let's go back here. Is this right? Yeah. So, yeah, it says he was a candidate in 76. Let's take a look at this flyer he distributed. Yep, there he is. Riggs, your salesman of liberty. I'm not so sure salesmen have that. I wouldn't call myself a salesman. But check out this flyer he distributed. And this is a draft contract. As your presidential candidate, I want to be a man of liberty, a man who wants his relationships with others to be voluntary ones, with mutual respect and mutual benefit. By establishing a contract with the Libertarian Party, I would be demonstrating this fundamental requirement of liberty. I would be matching my words with my actions in a most effective way. I would be the man you've hired to be your salesman of liberty. Okay, interesting. And here's his issues. Let's see if, you know, I'll talk about this in a minute. Let's just look at his issues. These issues are well spelled out in the platform. So he would emphasize, hold on. Excuse me, I had to sneeze. The issues listed under trade and the economy should come first, then individual rights and civil order, a foreign policy, and then I recommend that we approach these issues by describing most of the items in our platform as the should eventually be dones, and we detail the intermediate could now be dones leading to these ends. The bulk of the people we're trying to reach want to see a road starting right under their feet, leading to those requirements of a free society contained in our platform. An example of should eventually be done would be the elimination of the Federal Reserve system. A could now be done would be to deny the Federal Reserve the power to issue Federal Reserve notes. Another example would be the repeal of all compulsory education laws. The intermediate step would be the elimination of federal subsidies to schools. I actually think that's a quite sensible approach. What struck me there is how he unabashedly called for the elimination of compulsory education laws. I hate to say it, but most modern presidential LP candidates are very weak sauce. Now, I'm not saying that about our candidates now. I haven't heard them out, haven't heard how they're going to evolve. I'm dealing with the past. Bake the cake. You know, no, we don't have to legalize all drugs, just marijuana. Like, I can tell you, I'm at the point now where I want to hear libertarianism spoken. I don't want people to rather wet their pants than say a libertarian thing. And I'm over it. I'm over the weak, wishy-washy stuff. That's me. That's just how I feel now. I've been kind of crabby. Well, that's always how I feel, so I can't even say that's kind of crabby. But right now, I'm like super over it. I'm super over candidates being scared to say, abolish public schools. Now, maybe we can't do that tomorrow, so I liked his sensible approach of we can do this now, and it's leading to this. But too many of our candidates are scared to say what things are leading to. Over it. COVID kind of like... my tolerance for that kind of like pussyfooting around is nah. Okay. I didn't expect to get on the soapbox at the end here, so let me stick that back for a future show. I hope you all have an awesome evening, and maybe I'll be on tomorrow to do that little Tim Pool commentary. It's like a little ironic critique, a little bit. So we'll see. I drank that drink too fast. We shall see. And until then, I hope you have an awesome night and then following day. Mi guapas de libertad.
Given, that's how we live it. Don't be mad at the system, it's simply how we've existed. I hear a lot of people talking like they politicians or choose to be an accountant because it's safe in a business, not because they want to